Hey everyone, this actually started out as part of my other video, and this is an introduction I'm making after I've made the video already. This was originally part of my ENTP cognitive functions video, but in the video I had a section on explaining all the cognitive functions, and part of me was like, one, like, am I going to explain all the cognitive functions and their explanations for every single types video? And two, it's getting at 45 minutes, and I figure it can't hurt to shorten a video. So this is just a really, really brief explanation of all the cognitive functions. I'm just going to repeat, it's really brief. It's, I don't go very in deep on any of them, but it does give you an idea of each of the functions and what they are. And I explain a little more of how I definitely had trouble understanding them at first and memorizing them, and so it just gives a pretty simple explanation for all of them, and hopefully helps you have a better idea and understanding of cognitive functions if you're new to them or whatnot, or if you're trying to explore a little further into them and want other people's explanations. So I hope this is helpful, and thanks for watching. I'll just briefly go through each of them and exactly what they are. It's a kind of like, it's just a very brief explanation for them. I know when I first started with cognitive functions, I had a lot of trouble with them. For some reason, it's just my brain just won't understand. I don't know. It took me a while to memorize them, and I didn't put much effort into memorize them either. It was just like constantly look up, like I see someone mention FI, what's that again? The more times you say what's that again, eventually you memorize it. It's pretty much how I've memorized everything in MBTI. So anyhow, so you've got any possibilities, extroverted intuition. So on each of the cognitive functions, you got extroverted and introversion of each of them. It's either an N or an S or a T or an F. So then you've got TI is introverted thinking. It's like your internal logic processes. FI, you got your introverted feeling. That's like internal emotions, and it's also like your morals. So like your feelings of justice, maybe. So that's kind of like just the morals you have, like just the gut morals. Taking like play on the word gut feelings. Air conditioner. So that's FI. Then I forgot NI, introverted intuition. That's not like gut feel. That's not like, yeah. It's like no, like I said, this is like a very brief. You can go way deeper and way more explanation. But it's like kind of like your gut feelings, like you just kind of know things. I don't know, it's kind of a mystical function. It's like, gosh, like I know it, it's just hard to explain. It's like, I don't know, like just gut feelings about things. Like for example, INFJ has NIFE, and so they just kind of know things. They're very mystical type for that reason. That's why people refer to them as that, because they've got NI and then they've got FE. Lord, the storm. Typhoon. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, we're getting a typhoon right now. It's pretty cool. So anyhow, what did I go over? Okay, extroverted feeling, it's your sensing your environment. It's like empathy, whereas FI is sympathy. That's what some people relate them to. Just like feeling the emotions around you, picking up things, being diplomatic. So ENFJs are extremely good at manipulation and getting along with people. It's just like ESTPs are pretty good at it because they've got FE and not FI and stuff. And INTJs are, INTJs, they're horrendous at it. Which, yeah, INTJs tend to really suck at just not offending people or just being nice and friendly and getting along well with people or whatever. So, like, just knowing what to say and what not to say, that kind of thing. TE, and extroverted thinking, it's it's like facts. So it's not your internal processes, but it's more the external world, like taking facts from your surroundings. That's why ENTJs and INTJs are so renowned for relying so heavily on like scientific studies. Like you have in 2 INTJs, there was a joke, I can post the comic, it was because it was a comic on this awesome site called Oddly Developed Types. I think it was, yeah. And so it was like there's 2 INTJs and they've like, I've got this many studies, and the other INTJ is like, I've got this many studies. And it's like, I've got more studies than you. And it's just kind of a joke. And so so they're just heavily like extroverted thinking is just facts and stuff. So now that I've got, oh wait, I forgot SI and SE. Extroverted sensing is your environment. It's not extroverted thinking. Not the same thing. That's not what I mean by environment when I say that. It's like just really your senses. Extroverted sensing you use when like you're doing activities with like physical activities, like in sports or anything. I actually really enjoy utilizing my SE, which is weird because I don't have SE very high at all. But I do enjoy doing stuff that involves my SE, I guess because it's kind of a foreign function to me maybe, and so I just find it interesting. Like I really like knife throwing and anything that's driving anything, and I really love archery, although I don't get very much chances to do archery. I still love it a lot. Skiing, I love skiing, and so it's just like I really like using my extroverted sensing. But that's my lowest function, and I'll get into that later. Then introverted sensing is taking things from your past and putting them into the present. That's mainly what introverted sensing is. It's just just this kind of stuff from the past, and like ISFJs and ISTJs do it a lot. Just kind of, you're comfortable with doing what's traditional. So I know I have an ISTJ teacher, and we had our the first, it's like a 3-hour class, and so like the first half of it was people going up for the first class. People going up. They would take like 5 minutes. He would fill out papers and stuff with them. Then they would go sit back down. Next person would come up, etc. And so like we finished with all that. And after that, I had just been talking with people and stuff. And then he was like, "Well, at this time we usually take a 5-minute break. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break now." And I'm sitting here thinking, I just took a 30-minute break. Like I've been sitting here doing nothing. So it's like that's SI that's his. He's kind of got extreme SI. He's ISTJ as far as I know. He could be ESFJ. I'm kind of like, but I'm pretty sure he's ISTJ, which is a weird thing to get confused about whether ISTJ or ESFJ. But anyhow, so yeah. So in Askin, actually, that shows up a little different in the T and F types. I've observed. F types use it a little more run by their emotions because it's like, for example, ISFJ have got their second function is an F function. So that was just a brief explanation for all of the functions, and I hope that was helpful and give you a better idea, and hopefully a simple explanation for them, because I know when I go on some of the cognitive functions websites, I'm like, what are you saying? Like, I think you're speaking English? Which I always feel kind of bad when I can't understand the super scientific you talk, because I feel kind of dumb. I'm like, why do you have to speak that way? That's actually a thing with a lot of ENTPs. I know I go on some of the ENTP page and I look at what they're posting and I'm like, do you have to use all those words in that way? Like your paragraph could have been a straight line, but instead it just turned into this jumbly, twisty mess, and it takes me like 5 minutes to understand what their posts are. It was like half of the ENTPs I've talked to, which is kind of sad because it probably means that I'm the same way, and I don't doubt it, seeing how off track and rambly I get in my videos. But it's still like scientific talk or complicated talk or whatever. Anyhow, see, there's an example of getting off track. So yeah, thanks for watching, and check out some of the videos, and if you guys want me to explain the cognitive functions and how they work in each of the types, or any specific types I mean, then feel free to have a request, or if you have a request for any other kinds of videos, I'm really happy to take requests, and comments are super appreciated more than anything else. and because I love talking with you guys and hearing from you. And so thanks for watching again, and bye.